Hi, Tired. I am Ryan, and this is Matthew, and we're Dadcast.
Hello, everyone. So, Ryan, I have a question for you.
Yeah, I might have an answer.
How do you follow Will Smith in the snow?
How do I do that?
You follow the Fresh Prince.
This is a joke. It's all about how.
I was tempted not to put that joke in there or find a joke about him slapping like somebody, but I was like, nah, too soon.
Keep my damn jokes out of your fucking podcast.
Oh, it's funny.
Well, with that brilliant joke, how are you doing this week, my dude?
Good. Just very windy and very cold. I want to say, ooh, what day was that when we got all the snow? I think it was like Tuesday, like Monday, Tuesday time frame. I think we got, in some areas, like a foot to a foot and a half of snow.
Damn.
And everything closed down. So, yeah. I've been living in the Wild Wild West, and where rules are just suggestions.
Yeah, it's probably really easy to track those Fresh Prints, huh?
That's right.
with all that snow. See, everything ties together.
Yes, that's exactly right. How is your week going, though?
It for the most part, it's been pretty good. Been a little bit rough here and there. Some stuff going on. Work, for some reason. Well, not for some reason. I know exactly why. I was absolutely exhausted these past 2 days, and that is because I could not sleep. I take that back. I couldn't get back to sleep because I was woken up in the middle of the night, both last night and the night before, in a string of probably very horrific events that led to my exhaustion these past 2 days. So 2 nights ago, I went to sleep pretty decently early. It was like 11:30, something like that.
That's early?
For me, yes. I was the kid that would stay up till 6 in the morning when I was in college.
Oh, God.
Would have to get up and go to a class at 9 a.m. because I'm an idiot. So went to sleep around that time frame and was jolted awake. I mean, it wasn't even, I was kind of waking up, my eyes slowly lifted, and I was thinking to myself, oh, it's nighttime? Am I sleeping? Am I waking up now? No, this was, my eyes opened up like I was resurrected from being dead in some kind of horror movie. Like, like
what happened?
Waking up. I had a Charlie horse in my calf, and it was extremely painful. And
yeah, your leg just got possessed.
Yeah. And I'm surprised it did not wake my wife up. I asked her the day after, and she's like, "No, nothing. You didn't wake me up." And I was like, "I'm very surprised because basically, since this is an audio podcast, you all will hear my interpretation of exactly what it sounded like when I got this Charlie horse, and it sounded a little bit like this." No, please no.
Ooh. I can feel the pain. I can feel it from here.
And then it ended with So, step one sounded like I was having some kind of asthma attack. Step two sounded like I was being beaten. And step three sounded like I just finished having sex.
I was gonna say, oh god.
So, yeah, the 3-step process of how that Charlie horse event happened.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
And I had trouble going back to sleep for about an hour or two in fear that it would happen again. Because there has been an occasion where I got a Charlie horse, and within 30 or 45 minutes, I actually had a second one because I was moving my leg in a weird way and like flexing that muscle, and it decided to fuck me again.
It's like, I'm back.
Why are you flexing me? I'll show you a flex. Ah! It hurts again. Yeah.
That's funny.
So,
and I mean, not funny, but like funny for viewers and everyone that's not feeling the pain. But for you, it's terrible.
Yeah, I laid there in the dark with my eyes wide open, thinking to myself that if it happened again, I was going to legitimately cry.
Oh, gosh.
Well, thankfully, it did not, and I was able to get back to sleep. That was the events of night 1. Night 2 of 5 nights in my bed was, I was referencing Five Nights at Freddy's there because, it was an absolute horror show. But the second night, probably kind of around the same time, around, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, I awoke to basically the need to use the restroom, but it wasn't whatever normal trip to the bathroom I would normally have to take felt like. This was bordering on that burger ding stomach issue level of feeling. So, of course, I was a little concerned, thinking that I was going to have to go through that horrible nightmare again. And for the record, I did not have a chicken sandwich that night for dinner. But luckily, I was able to just go sit in the bathroom for several hours. Just kidding, it was only like an hour. But I was in the bathroom for like an hour and then was able to go back to bed. But I think with that story, we might be, 6 for 6 or 5 for 5 or whatever.
I'm talking about restroom habits.
Our restroom habits now. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, aside from those things and feeling tired, things are all right. Things are going all right.
Gotcha. That's good. So, as the podcast says, you are tired.
Exactly. Don't know why we call our audience Hi Tired. It's Hi, we're tired, and we're Dadcast.
Right.
We're 2 for 1,
we're
baby. Trying to figure out where I was going from there. I don't even remember. Am I hosting this episode?
You are. This is your episode hosting.
Cool. Right? Okay, yeah, cool. So we're talking about what I want to talk about. Which, surprise, surprise, is not the bathroom.
Oh, what is it?
It's food that makes us go to the bathroom.
Nice. My favorite. I hate food that doesn't make us go to the bathroom. Because then I have to see a doctor.
Yeah. Thanks, Burger Ding.
Right?
Just kidding. I love you. Hope maybe you give us a sponsorship one day. Wink, wink. But if Starry does so first, then I'm sorry. You're getting on the back burner.
Literally.
Starry's our number 1.
That's right, Starry. Starry, are you there?
Please, Starry, will you listen to me? Tell me that you love me. Because I love you.
Why do you sound like what's his name? Oh, I forgot his name.
I don't even know.
Ryan Reynolds?
Do I?
You sounded like him for a second. Like, sorry. Hi, I'm sorry. Come here. Are you there? Do you love me?
We're going to grow old together and have many children. Just kidding. You're a soda. I can't do that. And with that, let's actually transition into what we were talking about. So, this week is Mardi Gras.
What?
Hooray! So in honor of Mardi Gras and Fat Tuesday, shoving our faces full of all of the goodies that we love, and some people would potentially give up for the season of Lent, which is a Catholic season in which people give up things. Not going to go too much into depth with that, I guess, because nobody is probably going to even really care after like this particular portion of the. But so basically, Mardi Gras, big celebration, tons of food, tons of other cool things, hanging out, chilling, relaxing all cool in the schoolyard, I
Oh, God.
started quoting the theme of
Fresh Prince.
Yeah, I don't know why that was. I was shooting some b-ball outside of the school when
Stop following the Fresh Prince.
when a couple of fast food chains who were up to no good started slinging burgers in my neighborhood.
Oh, God.
I got one little chicken sandwich, and my stomach got scared. Instead of sitting on this toilet for the next several hours.
Make it stop. Make it stop.
So in this episode, we're gonna be talking about some of our favorite fast food places, and some of our not so favorite fast food places.
I need to recover. Okay.
So basically how this is going to go is we have divided fast food places into a couple of different categories or delectable genres, so to speak. You know, in terms of pizza places, Mexican fast food, which now that I say that actually just sounds like an oxymoron, because you know, those places aren't really Mexican places. It's whatever meat amalgamation, lettuce, tomato, cheese they throw inside of a burrito and or taco. Like, I saw a meme that said that every like Taco Bell menu item is the same, like 7 ingredients, just in like 800 different forms.
I think I've seen that same meme.
Yeah, it's very accurate. It's very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Mexican, quote unquote Mexican fast food places, hamburger joints, chicken joints, and the category we've kind of deemed as all-in-one joints. So basically restaurants that have a whole myriad of different food items that people can choose from that don't necessarily specialize in one particular area, or maybe they do kind of say that they do, but all of their other stuff is, you know, just as good. So, you know, all in one places. And so basically we'll kind of look over those 5 categories, talk about our favorites, our least favorites, kind of what we think about those places. So, are you ready to embark on this journey of absolutely shitting on some of these fast food places?
Yes, and I'm ready to make some awful enemies for my unpopular opinions moving forward. So if I offended you in any shape or way or form with my opinions, just know that opinions are like assholes. We all have one. They all smell like shit.
Matthew's opinions are not shared by the high-tired word Dadcast.
Oh, God.
All right, so let's jump into our first category here. We're going to be talking about pizza.
Did you say pizza or pizza? Pizza. I can't.
Pizza, which I believe is how the French say pizza. That was really not cool. I'm sorry. I don't know why I jumped to that.
That's racist.
So I am going to start off with what I am going to assume is largely not a controversial statement. For some people, it's going to sound like blasphemy. And to those people, I'm going to tell you that that way of thinking is absolutely incorrect. And that is saying that I think Little Caesars is more likely to be called Little Shitzers.
Okay. I thought you were going to say it was like the best place. I was like, you like grease on bread?
No.
That's what you like?
And I have a story that I think anybody that would ever want to go to a Little Caesars ever again will probably not want to. Their pizza, I think, is disgusting. Their sauce is not very good. They usually don't put a whole lot of like cheese and toppings and stuff on their pizzas either. Their bread is like cardboard that, as you mentioned, is basically has absorbed a ridiculous amount of grease, and yet somehow it's still cardboard. it's like not wet, it's somehow cardboard still.
Hydrophobic.
Yes. It's hydrophobic cardboard pizza bread. And usually
No, not at all.
I want my slices of pizza to be, kind of thicker and like heartier, and they've got these thin, flimsy ass cardboard, plain ass, shitty ass pizzas.
Oh, it's funny.
And they're not good. They're not good. Yeah, sure, it's hot and ready for $5. It's $5.
That was a shit.
You get what you paid for. Exactly. I could go and have a hot and ready shit in my toilet that's for free. It's not even $5. And it's ready whenever I want it. So that is my take on Little Caesars.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that statement. Michaela actually worked at Little Caesars. And
I'm already sorry for her.
Yeah, and she said she likes it. She really likes the crazy bread. That's like the one thing she really likes is the crazy bread. But besides that, we've gotten it maybe once or twice, but every single time it's just been loaded with grease. And for me specifically, I'm kind of a pizza connoisseur because my first job was at Papa Murphy's, and then I went to the Club Cafe and made pizzas for Sam's Club over there. So I've worked in at least 2 pizza places. So, and then I've actually eaten pizza for a week straight before on a dare. And yeah, so I like pizza. I like a lot of pizza. But yeah, Little Caesars would not be my first choice.
Yeah, no doubt. I will say Sam's Club pizza is really good. They're not a fast food place, but I'm gonna, since you brought them up, I'm gonna go ahead and just say they're really good. When I was a youth minister, I was just gonna say, when I was a youth minister, that's actually where I would go and pick up pizzas most of the time. Would be from Sam's Club, because the church had a Sam's Club membership, and it was cheaper than getting a number of pizzas from like a Domino's or a Pizza Hut or something. So. But yeah, so back on the train of actual fast food pizza places.
Before we go back on that train, there's actually something I want to share that I used to do with hot dogs and pizza at Sam's Club that I think everyone should try if they have the opportunity, and like $5 laying around. You could honestly recreate this dish with $2 or $3 really. But what I would do is I would get a slice of cheese pizza. And after the slice, I get sliced cheese pizza, I would get a Nathan's hot dog, but without the bun. And what I would do is I would take the hot dog and roll it in the cheese pizza to make it a bun with the cheese pizza.
Oh.
Yeah. It made a really delicious meal. Michaela thinks I'm totally gross for it, but I highly recommend it. It's definitely filling.
The way that I see it is it basically just sounds like a large-scale version of like a pig in a blanket, except instead of, the like croissant roll breading, it's, an entire slice of pizza. So like, yeah, I mean, I would be interested in trying that.
Oh yeah, I highly recommend it. So.
Yeah, that sounds good. But yeah, so before I move on from Little Caesars, I got a little bit of a tale from one of the last times that I had Little Caesars.
Let's hear it.
Which was a number of years ago. I believe I still lived in Midwest City at the time, so I maybe, at the very latest, was in high school. Which, that's like over 12 years ago, I think, at this point. We order 2 large pizzas. I think there was a cheese and then a pepperoni or something like that. And so we get the pizzas, we're ready for dinner, and I'm kind of thinking to myself, I'll deal with Little Caesars because I prefer other pizza places, but this is what we got. And I open up the box, and I shit you not, on the cheese pizza, baked right into the cheese, was a giant fucking cockroach.
Oh. What?
And when I tell you, this might be more detail than anybody would want. Like, I'm not saying it's, a pizza and then there's like a cockroach sitting on top of it. This was the cheese was like melted around its sides and were like gooey, like kind of stuck to it. Like it was baked into that pizza.
Was it alive?
It was not alive at that point. That bitch was dead. I was not going to test the waters of whether or not it was, as
did you get another free pizza or get your money back or something?
Oh hell yeah. I think my dad ended up going back to the Little Caesars to go and get another one, because that was ridiculous. And,
oh my god.
Yeah, I was not ready to see whether or not that roach was as quote unquote delicious as the pizza. But I assume they both tasted
delicacy.
Yeah, I assumed that it probably actually would have heightened the flavors of the pizza. As bad as Little Caesars is.
Wow, this piece of sausage is really nice.
It's got a weird crunch to it.
Yeah, is that a leg? Since we're talking about bad experiences with pizza, I think it's probably a good time for me to talk about my bad experience with pizza. My bad experience with pizza, which is probably an unpopular opinion, is Pizza Hut.
Yep, that's unpopular.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I knew it because they have stuffed crust and it's great, and I've gotten it for so many times. But this one bad experience makes me not able to eat the pizza anymore, and I found out the reason.
That's more understandable.
So, me and my wife, we ordered Pizza Hut, and we have it delivered to our home, and when we get it, it has a weird smell to it. We're like, whatever, we'll still eat it. So we ate a few slices, and we're like, this pizza doesn't taste right. And we smelled it, and we're like, what does that smell? What does it smell like? And then it hit us after we've eaten like 2 slices each, because we're hungry at this point. We're starving. So we just ate it and then realized afterwards, like, hey, this smells like shit. It smells straight up like gasoline.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. And so we called the place and found out that the pizza delivery guy, every pizza that was on his route, he has a spare can of gas in his back seat that he took a sharp turn and spilled gasoline all over the pizza boxes. And instead of going back to get more pizza, he just delivered them.
Oh my god!
And we're like, can we get a new pizza, please? And they made the same pizza delivery guy bring it back to us. And again, it smelled straight up like gasoline.
How did they not fire him after the first time? Holy shit.
So after that, we called him like, hey, can we just get a refund? Like, we don't want another pizza. Like, it smells straight up like gasoline. Like, we're done. And we can't go back to Pizza Hut anymore because of that experience. And even if the pizza is good, gasoline. So
no, I do totally get that, because this will probably be brought up in a little bit, but I had a Burger King chicken sandwich, and I've already told that story, so I'm not going to tell it again, but I had one kind of bad experience following one, and I haven't had one since. And it's not because the chicken sandwich isn't good. It's because I'm worried about the results of getting a chicken sandwich.
Yes, I totally get that.
It's a bit unfounded in a way, but at the same time, it's understandable. So, yeah,
totally get that. So.
As long as you can acknowledge the fact that Pizza Hut pizza is decent, it's pretty good,
yes,
or what have you.
People.
Yes, it's just a bad experience kind of ruined it. That makes sense.
I feel like we've dogged some places on pizza, so what would you say some good pizza places are?
Yes, so I guess technically you can kind of consider it a fast food pizza place, because they do the typical delivery and pickup and things like that. I'm considering it just specifically based on sort of the takeout aspect, and that is Mazio's Pizza.
Oh, I haven't had Mazio's in forever.
This is one of those ones. When I was younger, I did not like Mazio's Pizza. Not necessarily for some of the same reasons that I don't like Little Caesars. The issue I had with Mazio's was primarily, back in the day, they only did thin crust. and I am not necessarily a big fan of thin crust pizza. Like I said, I kind of want my pizzas to be a little bit thicker and heartier, so I want a thicker crust. With them doing thin crust, I just wasn't as big of a fan. Within the past number of years, they've started doing Chicago style, so kind of the traditional thicker crust style pizza. And when my wife and I lived in Norman, we lived basically like around the corner from Amazio's. And so we would get their pizza every now and then because there wasn't really another pizza place near us. And oh my goodness, it's so good. Their ingredients are really good. The flavors, like I said, them having Chicago style now and the thicker crust. Oh, it's chef's kiss. I have been converted to the cult of Mazio's.
Welcome, brother. Oh, that's funny. I definitely have tried Mazio's now. You unlocked a memory for me.
Yes.
With there being a Mazio's in Midwest City, so I definitely have to try it again when I go back to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
To try it. So, I can't remember what the pizza tasted like.
Yeah, we are going to go together. Yeah, we're gonna go together. We're gonna have some Mazio's, and we're gonna pizza bump and be like, "To good pizza."
To good pizza. And then after we eat our pizza, we're gonna throw our crust on the ground and say, "Another,
give me another." And they're gonna be like, "Sir, this is a Mazio's." Sir, this is a fine establishment. Please put your shirt back on.
I didn't wear a shirt in here.
You stand up and they're like, and your pants.
Where did those go?
Naked in a Mazio's. Anyways.
Oh, God. That sounds like a start to a song.
Hey, Mazio's, hire me to do your advertisements.
Right. Oh, gosh. Just us naked in a Mazio's, and what's covering up the bits is like a slice of pizza.
Slice of pizza.
Naked in a Mazio. We'll probably never be allowed in there again.
No.
Switching gears now to another good place that I want to bring up, and I may be a little biased to it, but it is Papa Murphy's.
Oh, yeah.
I really like Papa Murphy's, even though that you have to take it home and bake it yourself. It's like the Subway of pizza, except at the very end they're like, "All right, you bake it."
Pretty much.
Yeah, so I really like them just because I've made some pretty good creations, like with like the stuffed crusts or stuffed pizzas in general, where it's like two toppers pizza, and there's actually something that I would do personally with it that I wouldn't do with anyone else's pizza because I couldn't, because it was on the menu. But I would roll pepperonis into the crust and make like a pepperoni stuffed crust.
Ooh.
And it was delicious. And I have a very funny story to share with everyone. And if this person specifically is listening, just know that I was kind of upset. So I work at Papa Murphy's, and as you know, you can watch them make the pizza right before their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl comes in, and she's like got tears in her eyes or whatnot, and she's like, "Hey, so I really need some help." And I was like, "This is a pizza establishment. Like,
I'm not Dr. Phil."
Right, exactly. But I was like, "All right, what can I get for you?" And she's like,
Sorry. I just had this thought of they come into you and she's like, "I need some help," and you're like, "All right, let me turn my hat around and go from Papa Murphy to Dr. Murphy. What's on your mind?"
Right. But yeah. That's so funny. But this girl, she was like, "Me and my boyfriend have been together, blah blah blah." I was like, starts telling me a story, and she's like, "And I really messed up, and I want to make a pizza to say I'm sorry to him." And I was like, "Oh, like, okay, like what kind of pizza do you want?" And she was like, can you like make the, like, I want a pepperoni pizza, but can you make the pepperoni say I'm sorry? And I was like, all right, like I can try to make that work. Like, what size pizza do you want? She's like, I want a medium. I was like, really? You couldn't have done it extra large so I have room to work? I got there, and she's watching me the whole entire time while I'm making it, and I couldn't make it with like the full pepperonis fit in the whole entire pizza. So what I ended up doing is I had to like cut the pepperonis in half and quarters, and I had to make letters out of that shit. And I even put the apostrophe in there, man. Everything looked perfect, and it said I'm sorry, and I had like a ring of pepperonis around it, and it looked all professional and good and all that. And I was like, yeah, like I just spent like 25 minutes making this girl's pizza for her boyfriend, and afterwards, like I get to the very end, and instead of telling me that I did a good job or whatnot, she just dead face looks me in the eyes and is like, thanks, I guess, and walks out. I was like, what? And I was upset. I was like, I expected like a tip or like let me talk to your manager and tell him how good of a job you did. Like, I spent work here. Like, I was trying to mend this fucking relationship with the pizza.
You were invested.
Sweat, heart, and tears into this pizza. And for her just to be like, thanks, I guess, and just walk out, I'm like, wow, bitch.
She owes you an I'm sorry pizza.
Exactly. Never saw her again, so I don't think it worked out. But
I would have loved the fact if, like, dude, there would have been some next level shit if, like, she took it home and she baked it, and then when it came out of the oven, somehow the pepperonis had changed to say, like, fuck you instead.
Oh, it's so funny.
It just made their relationship even worse.
Right. Oh, but yeah, that's my fun story. I'm probably shared a little bit too much about my work, but it was a great story.
That's gonna have to just be an entirely like another episode of just ridiculous work stories.
Oh yeah, that could be like a little sneak peek of like what's to come.
Yeah,
but yeah, so Papa Murphy's is one of my favorites, as well as a pizza place here that is no longer in business anymore, and it is called All Star Pizza. Like, the pizza was decent, it was pretty good, reasonably priced and whatnot, but the reason why it was my favorite is because the owner was the guy who was taking the orders, and I think it was him and one other guy just making these pizzas or whatnot. And every single time I go in there, him and his worker would have a gun on their hip. And I'm like, you work at a pizza place, like, what do you need a gun on your hip for? it threw me for a whirl, and ever since, and I was like, it's a small hole in the wall pizza place that makes pretty good pizza, and they wear guns on their hips, and they're called All Star, kind of like the video thing, like All Star.
Did they have an Italian accent?
No. This is like the way that I would describe this guy. I think everyone can understand. The whitest guy at your church with a white beard and white hair that is like nice as shit, like super nice, super kind, but also has like a little bit of a rough background, a little bit, if that makes sense. I think I get what you're saying. And it's sad because they closed down, and they closed down because the place got shut up. So that's the moral of the story, is that they had a reason for those guys.
See, okay, that makes me... Because my first thought was, this is a pizza place. Pizza. And he's got a gun. Mm-hmm. Is this a front for Colorado's mafia? Or
it might have been. I don't know. But it got closed down. So
with the fact
regardless, the pizza was good.
With the fact they got shot up, it's kind of leaning that way.
Yeah, most likely. Anyways, do you have any other pizza stories or good pizzas that you would like to share with the class before we move on?
Yeah, so I do want to kind of point out two of the other like well-known large pizza places, being Domino's and Papa John's.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think that their pizzas are pretty good as well. Mm-hmm. As I kind of mentioned, I like a really hearty pizza, and both of their pizzas are very, hearty. So, I am done talking about pizza.
Same. Same.
You are too. So, let's move on to El Mexicano.
Fiery buttholes.
I was gonna say that's not racist because I'm half Hispanic.
And I'm half Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
I think.
You think?
It depends on who my dad is. Okay.
We'll just say it's the truth.
It is the truth. You are the father.
But yeah,
so
moving on
Mexican
to
food.
fiery buttholes and the same 7 ingredients used in 18 different products.
Yeah.
Moving on to Mexican food. So I'm going to give you first case on what you think is either the best, like, well, maybe not the best, but what's a good place or a bad place?
It's hard to say because I can't think of a lot of Mexican fast food places I've been to because I don't prefer diarrhea. But the place that I go to the most and most frequently for my diarrhea is Taco Bell.
Yep.
So Taco Bell, and as you said, they have the same 7 ingredients and can make like over 50 different options or whatnot.
Yeah, which is incredible in and of itself. But yeah.
Yes. And it's decent. Like sometimes like you're really craving it. Like I'm really craving a quesadilla or Doritos Locos Taco or something like that, or beefy 5-layer nacho burrito or whatever they have in that day. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And it's just kind of a roll of the dice. Mm-hmm. It kind of depends on what you get.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's my only experience with fast food Mexican food, because typically if I were to get Mexican food, I go to sit-down restaurant. But talking about sit-down restaurants just for a quick second, since I don't have another restaurant, I'm going to talk about On the Border and how I got kicked out of there on my birthday. So what had happened was, this is around the time that Donald Trump was president, or was he running for presidency? I can't remember. And it was before I met Michaela, or maybe around the time Michaela went out, and I went out with a buddy of mine to this place. We pre-gamed a little bit, and I was already a little drunk when we got there. Then we got some frozen margaritas, got even more drunk, and said it was my birthday, and I got a little sombrero hat, and everything was fine. Until I asked the server, I said, since this place is called On the Border, is Donald Trump going to build a wall around this place? And she ripped my sombrero off, and she was like, get out. Oh, yeah. So I don't go back to On the Border anymore. Because for all I know, there's a wall around it.
You've probably been blacklisted by every On the Border.
Yeah, probably.
Don't let this guy in. He made that joke, and now he's gonna pay for it.
Right? You're fired.
That is a story I did not know I needed in my life.
So just so you know, don't ask them if Donald Trump's going to build a wall around that place.
Shit. Well, since you don't have a lot of experience with fast food Mexican places,
Exactly.
I will basically, I 100% agree with you on Taco Bell. Sometimes you just happen to go at the wrong time, or you go to the wrong Taco Bell, and the cheese that's supposed to be melted is nowhere near melted,
or they forget half your order.
Yeah, or the burrito that's supposed to have sour cream in it has a little tiny droplet of it.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say it's not sour cream.
Oh!
Oh God.
Can I get a beefy cum burrito?
Salty.
I do kind of want to touch on really quick. There being, the elephants in the room, the offense. get it?
Oh, I see where you're going.
Like L offense, like the fence.
Yep.
It's Spanish.
Yep.
Obviously, that joke failed, so I'm gonna. That joke bombed, so I'm just gonna move on. There's Taco Bueno and Taco Mayo, because apparently every fast food Mexican place has to be taco something. Because I'm also Taco. Yeah, Del Taco. I'm gonna also briefly mention Taco Casa. All tacos. Basically, to me, I don't see any form of difference between Taco Bueno and Taco Mayo. They're both the second string restaurants to Taco Bell. That's the easiest way for me to put it. Yeah, so that's what I feel about Taco Bueno and Taco Mayo. I've had Del Taco twice, I think. The first time was absolutely killer. I actually liked it more than Taco Bell. And then the second time was not very good. So,
yeah, I don't know if it was just the second time was an outlier, or if the first time was the outlier and it's just normally bad. I don't know. Taco Casa, however, I think, is probably the only extraordinarily good fast food Mexican place. I've
never heard of it.
Yeah, so it's, from what I know, kind of a smaller, smaller chain. Yeah. There's one here in Yukon, and almost always, if you decide to go there, you are going to be waiting in line, because most of the time, the line is wrapping around the building, because it is that good.
Gotcha. I'll definitely have to try it.
And they, obviously, they kind of do the normal thing, too, of having tacos and burritos and things like that, but they also have almost what you would expect of like a traditional kind of nacho, which is what I love getting from there, where they give you everything separate. So they don't do the Taco Bell thing and throw everything into one container, and by the time you get home, all of the chips are soggy and limp. They don't do that. And, they don't use the Taco Bell, like, meat amalgamation. It's like what you would actually see as, like, a taco ground up beef you would traditionally see places. The queso is, like, really solid queso. The lettuce isn't gross or anything. It's pretty decently fresh lettuce. Like, overall, it's pretty, like, spot on, and it's fantastic.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I'll definitely have to check it out and get there like super early. Like, if I want to be there for dinner time, be there at like 1.
Exactly. So, topping off that beautiful Mexican section of this podcast, we are going to move on to hamburgers. We're gonna move on to hamburger joints. Yeah. For all intents and purposes, this is mainly places where if you're going there, you're going for a burger and probably not anything else. So with that, I am gonna go ahead and start off with my personal favorite, which is Whataburger.
Really?
Yes. There was a Whataburger near us in Midwest City when we were kids.
I remember that.
I'm sure you remember. It was right by the mall. And I only remember eating there like once. And back then, I didn't really care for burgers, so I never got burgers at anywhere. Now that I've actually sat down and had Whataburger burgers, if somebody were to ask me, if you're going to get a burger somewhere and you're not allowed to get a burger from anywhere else for the rest of your life, where would you go? I'm picking Whataburger.
Nice.
I'm getting the double meat Whataburger, lettuce, mayonnaise, might add some bacon every now and then. But damn, man, if their burgers aren't decently thick patties, they're well cooked, they're delicious, they're not going to leave you hungry. The fries are pretty good too. Not the best fries, but their fries are pretty good. To me, that's it's peak burger place, dude.
I definitely agree with you. They do have really good burgers. However, that's not their favorite thing on their menu for me, which that will actually come up in another topic. But my actual favorite would have to be Brahms. So Brahms is a really good one for me. Yeah, they sell other stuff and they sell ice cream and they have a grocery store in there, but you're going to get burgers or ice cream there, and it's just Their burgers are really good, and kind of like the same thing you were talking about. Like they're even like patties, cooked really well and seasoned really well, and like it's just heaven, paradise in a bun. And we don't have them here in Colorado, and it makes me sad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't know if you know this actually.
So the particular reason why, so Brahms is a local company, right? Like the Brahms factory is in Oklahoma, and they only have stores in Oklahoma, and I think they have a few over the border in Arkansas, because they basically have a rule where they do not have any stores that are over a certain distance, a certain mileage away from their factory.
Is it because of the ice cream?
That is a part of it. They want everything, mostly dairy, right? Like all of their stuff, the ice cream, you know, they have like milk and things like that in the kind of grocery store section. They want all of that produce stuff to be as fresh as possible. That is a particular reason why anybody outside of this general area has never heard of a Brahms. That would be why. So
gotcha. Because I know I've seen some in Kansas and I've seen some in Texas, but further than that, I have none.
Yeah. So within 300 miles of where the farm and the factory are, which I forget exactly where they are in Oklahoma, but I 100% completely agree with you. I actually would say Brahms is a very close second for me to Whataburger. It kind of was my Whataburger alternative when I worked for the security company and was selling the security packages. Basically, that was my job, was driving around the entire day, knocking on people's doors, right? And so because we would start, early afternoon, and we would go till like 8 o'clock. Most of the time, I either didn't really have time to go and eat lunch beforehand, or, I would have to eat dinner while I was out on the road. And so I basically would stop by and get a Brahms burger almost like every couple of days. It was very, I would typically have probably 2 or 3 Brahms burgers a week sometimes, just because the job kind of demanded me to eat on the road, and I wanted a good burger, and the nearest Whataburger was in Mustang, which is south of Yukon, and my area to sell in was Yukon, so I couldn't go out of my area to go down to get Whataburger, but there's a couple of Brahms here in Yukon, so I would just stop at one of the Brahms and get food.
And I will say Whataburger has really taken off here in Colorado, because they just opened one, I want to say earlier last year, and it boomed so much. Now we have 3.
Dang.
So we have 3 right now. One's actually down the road from us. So
nice.
So I go there all the time and get specific thing, but we may talk about that in our next topic. So.
Yeah. I'm assuming I might know exactly what you're talking about, because it's something that I think Mandy gets pretty frequently from there as well. So yeah, when we do get there, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. But
yeah. So unless you have any more, I think we can probably move on.
Yep, let's go ahead and move on.
Cool. So we're gonna move on to my favorite kind of food in the world.
Chimpkins.
Chimpanzee meat. Just kidding.
Chicken. El Pollo Loco.
That's right.
But yeah, so chicken places.
Yeah, so since you started with the last topic, I will go ahead and start with this topic. Where do I begin? So I'm going to start good, then bad, then good, to make it a shit sandwich. So that way that people that will hate me for this will not come and crucify me.
It'll be like, and then, and then,
Exactly. So, good note. So, I would say when I think of chicken and I want like a really good chicken sandwich, this specific one is actually a chicken strip sandwich from Whataburger.
Yep.
So, like with like the barbecue sauce, some mozzarella cheese, and on a Texas toast bun, it's delicious. And I go there all the time, and that's all I get from Whataburger. I've gotten a burger there once just because it's a burger place. And I was like, it's not Brahms, but
it's budget Brahms for you, and Brahms is budget Whataburger for me.
Exactly. But I would go to Whataburger for the chicken strip sandwiches, and they are delicious. And when the one opened out here, I actually waited in line because the line was super long. It wrapped around the building.
Yep.
And went down the road, blocking apartment complexes, went onto the major highway.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was super long, and everyone that was in the line either had an Oklahoma license plate or a Texas license plate. It's great.
That sounds like horrendously accurate. That's hilarious.
Yeah. But me and my wife, it was actually the day she told me that she was pregnant with Aerith.
Also, it was a good day.
Yeah, it was a good day. February 24th, which is also my dad's birthday. And
I was going to say, did you remember that just because of the sandwich?
Sort of, and because it's my dad's birthday, and because she told me that she's pregnant that day. So a lot happened that day. But it was last year when they first opened up around that time, and she waited in line. So she got there, I want to say around like 2 o'clock, and she got back with the orders, which they messed it up big time and didn't actually charge her for it. So she got everything for free.
Dang, nice.
So don't come after us, Whataburger. But she got back home around 7 o'clock. So was there at 2, got back home at 7 o'clock.
Holy shit.
She waited in line that long for me to get my fix. Because she's never had Whataburger.
Yeah.
So she had it and she's like, oh, they're pretty good. Like, I like them and all that. So, and then she tells me she's pregnant. And then afterwards I was like, I'm going to throw up all this Whataburger. But I didn't. I held it. But yeah. So that's great.
Well,
now let's move on
too bad, because then you could have tasted it twice.
No, I don't want to taste it like that twice.
Yeah, anyways, moving on.
But I know we've been kind of going back and forth, but I want to just get this over and done with because I know people are going to hate me. For the one that I really don't like, which I'm going to preface this, I used to really love this place. It was the Lord's Chicken, the Chick-fil-A.
Oh, no.
The Chick-fil-A, it was really, really good. It was delicious. There's a specific one we got here, and they never did us wrong. And if there's something slightly wrong, like they added pickles to my sandwich or whatnot, like more pickles than usual, then I'm like, you know what? The Lord just decided I need more pickles or whatnot. And we're happy about that. But my wife will agree with me on this, that recently, the past couple times we've been there, stuff doesn't taste the same. And we've taken COVID tests, like we don't have COVID, like nothing like that. And it doesn't taste the same. The way that I can describe the way their chicken and fries taste now, because the fries, I used to love them, but I don't know if it's like the oil or the recipe or what they changed, but it tastes like I'm eating stuff that's wiped a pig's ass. Like, imagine a greasy pig ass and just wiping the chicken sandwich onto it, slapping it to a bun and serving it up. And that's what it has been tasting like for the past couple of times we went there. And we're like, you know what? Maybe we should take a break from Chick-fil-A because they're not as good as they used to be. And it hurts. It hurts me. I know it hurts all the viewers. I know it hurts you.
How unchristian-like, you blasphemer.
I know. I'm not even a real Christian.
No, okay, so to be completely honest, I don't even remember the last time I had Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
It's been a long time that I can remember. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's good chicken and it's nice and juicy and it's like, but I don't know. Like, and I personally have never been super much of a fan of their fries either. And I don't. And I always feel hungry when after I eat there.
Same. Like I eat my meal, I'm like I'm still hungry.
yeah. Like I can go to Whataburger and get a burger, be completely filled, and be like, yeah, that was a meal. But
right.
Yeah, I never feel that way after Chick-fil-A, and so like we just haven't been in a really long time. So
yeah,
you know,
so
I can't.
If you go, you have to tell me if it tastes different or not. So
yeah, if I ever do.
Yep. And then I will go back to finish this shit sandwich I just started by saying that another chicken place, which is the last chicken place I'm going to be talking about, is actually going to be KFC. And they have a really, really good chicken sandwich. Like, really good. If you ever had their chicken sandwiches from there or don't know what I'm talking about, like, go there, order the spicy chicken sandwich, or if you don't like spicy, just a normal one. But it is delicious. and it's really good. And I also like their famous bowls, the spicy famous bowls. My favorite, where it's just like mashed potatoes, popcorn chicken nuggets, and like the corn gravy and cheese. It's everything all in one little package for a cheap price. So so that's another one of my good places that I like to go to a lot. Yeah, so that is the end of my shit sandwich. So people probably stopped listening by now.
They're like, listen to this guy and his hot takes.
But let's hear from you now, Ryan, because I kind of stole the spotlight or whatever from you for a second. So what are chicken places that are good and bad for you?
You took the chicken guys. You took Mr. McChicken's spotlight. So we already kind of touched on Chick-fil-A. Besides that, I had completely forgotten about KFC and Popeyes, which is like really weird.
Which I can't have Popeyes because I had an allergic reaction there.
Oh damn! Yeah. That would be a good reason not to have it.
Ate Popeyes, rubbed my face, and then half my face was swollen. I was like, I don't know what's happening.
That's not great. You also reminded me of another one earlier that I really like that I had forgotten about until just then. But yeah, basically KFC and Popeyes for me both. I'm not a huge fan of bone-in chicken. But bone-in chicken, not boning chicken. I'm not a fan of that either. But I'm not a fan of bone-in chicken. So like, particularly like fried chicken. Like I mean, I like the meat and stuff, but like it's. I don't want to go. I'm lazy. I don't want to go through all the shit of having to like rip it off the bone and like biting into a bone. I'm trying to get meat, and I'm just like, there's not enough meat here. Like fucking give me a strip or a nugget, and I'll be happy.
Exactly.
So, luckily, so they kind of fit on the same scale for me. Like they both have pretty solid like chicken strips. Chicken sandwiches are both pretty phenomenal. Definitely worth getting stabbed over. Which is something that has actually happened.
Oh gosh!
Yeah, people have been stabbed over getting chicken sandwiches at those places, which is ridiculous. But yeah, they're both really, really amazing chicken sandwiches. I will say I am a little bit more privy to particular chicken places where like chicken tenders or strips are their thing, and so the particular ones that I can think of are Raising Cane's and Zaxby's. I don't know if you have ever had either of those two.
We have Raising Cane's, and I'm not sure if I got good experiences from there because it's another unpopular opinion.
Their chicken is decent. I wouldn't say their chicken is the best. Their sauce is pretty good.
Yeah, sauce is delicious.
Yeah,
but their chicken it tastes soggy and it's chewy.
Yeah, it can get pretty soggy. Yeah, that's definitely if you order it to go as well, it's worse because the steam in the styrofoam boxes it's better to eat it in the restaurant than it is to take it to go. But I can kind of take or leave their fries. They're all right. So it's not my favorite chicken place, but there are times where I'm like, man, I haven't been to Cane's in a long time, and I really want some Cane's. So, I'll get it every now and then. Zaxby's is kind of similar, but their chicken tenders are different. The breading is a little bit different on theirs. And then they have a sauce that is, I don't know which came first, if it was Cane's or Zaxby's, but one of them obviously was trying to copy the other, and depending on if Cane's was first or second, they either did a really good job copying, or Zaxby's did a really terrible job of trying to copy Cane's, because their sauce isn't as great. I feel like their chicken is a little bit more flavorful. It doesn't suffer as much from the getting soggy sort of thing to it. Their fries are also just kind of so-so. They're all right. I maybe would stop and get Zaxby's more likely than stopping at getting Cane's, unless, like, in particular, I was really wanting to get some tenders to dunk into something, in which case I would go to Cane's specifically for the sauce.
Right.
And so I'd probably be more likely to just get Cane's just because of the sauce, to be honest. The other place that I had completely forgotten about was Golden Chick, until you said Golden Chick earlier.
Yeah, they have pretty good chicken too.
Oh yeah, their chicken strips. Oh,
so good. Oh, one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think I can say pretty much every other place I've gotten chicken tenders, aside from Golden Chick, and another place that I'm going to save for the all-in-one is like I've had the issue before of pretty much everywhere getting chicken tenders where the particular batch they threw into my order just had too much breading and not enough meat, and was just not satisfying because of that. And it was like, it kind of sucked to chew because it was just all like crunchy breading and there wasn't any like juicy meat in it, or it was kind of dried out because there wasn't a lot of meat and things like that. I've had that happen basically everywhere. I've never had that happen to Golden Chick. Their breading is like a crispy breading, but it's like a thin, flaky kind of breading on like a lot of really thick, juicy meat. And it's perfect. Almost. Like, and you get it with like the really fantastic dinner roll, and the gravy is really good. It's their fries are pretty solid too, and like I think overall experience wise, you go to a place that's specifically like, hey, we make chicken. Yeah, you go there for chicken tenders because fuck yeah, their food is good.
Yep,
they're a little bit pricier, but yeah, they're kind of pricey, but it's worth it.
Oh yeah, totally worth it. Funny story I have to share about Golden Chick. I have a lot of funny stories, I feel like.
I worked there and I had to make a chicken basket that said I'm sorry.
Right? No. This is a different story. It's going to be a little faster story. Okay, so what had happened is that me and my family went over there, and I'm in high school during this time, and I would always get like the largest root beer that they offer. So I think it was like a 44-ounce cup or something like that, like styrofoam cup.
Yeah.
Which, looking back, that's a bad idea. And like brought it back. I had like all the chicken. I was so hungry. I was like, yeah, I'm ready for this. And like I was carrying like everything to my room when my thumb went straight through the styrofoam. And I'm carrying all my shit, so I'm like dribbling like root beer everywhere. And I'm like, oh my gosh! And I put my chicken down, and like I have my thumb in the hole because I'm like, if I remove the thumb, it's just gonna come dumping out. So I'd rather leak it on my hand. I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? So I'm sitting here, my thumb's getting freezing cold, and my parents give me a cup to pour my drink into, and then I take my thumb out and look at the mess I've made. I was like, so I'm very careful with styrofoam cups now, and I know my strength, and I do not try not to poke my thumb straight through to make my cup bleed.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So
nice.
I actually did that too when I was going to some special event in the military, and I was in like my dress blues uniform and all that, and I went somewhere, I think it was Sonic. I went to Sonic to get like another root beer with like vanilla and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, like this is great. And then I go to drink it, and you know how you're driving and you grab the top of the cup with like the plastic top on top of it, and then you hold it from the top and bring it to your mouth and drink, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I really don't. I still wonder what happened to this day. I picked it up, got it to my mouth, and the moment that I was taking a sip, it crumbled in my hand and poured all over me. And I just got done driving out of the drive-thru from Sonic. Like this was a fresh drink. This is my first sip, and like it just crushed in my hands, and drink is everywhere. My seat is filled with this fluid, and it's leathered, so it's not soaking into the seat. It's making a pool of my drink for my ass. And I'm like, this is great. So I couldn't stop because I was already like driving. I just wanted to get home. I was in my dress blues, and I was like, you know what? I need to go home and change so that way I can like get in my next pair or whatnot. And during the whole drive, like I can feel it seeping in through the layers. Seeping in, like, oh, it just hit like the undershirt. Oh, it just hit my underwear. Oh, it just hit my skin.
Oh, it just hit my insides.
Right? And I'm like, oh, this sucks. This so fucking sucks. And I was PO'd. I was so pissed.
I want to imagine you grabbed it and the instant, like, you were taking a sip and the root beer touched your tongue, you were just like, oh, smash! And you just...
That's what I feel like I did. And I don't remember it. because it was crazy because the top of the cup destroyed itself, right? But I lost control. But at the same time, the bottom of the cup blew out from the bottom.
Physics be damned. Oh my. I was imagining that you just crushed the top and it, like, the bottom of the cup fell, not the cup exploded.
It exploded, like, and it was like, you know how you open up a can and it has like the little lid? That's what the bottom of the cup looks like.
Oh. Shit, we were supposed to put vanilla in his root beer, not plutonium? Crap. They just hear off in the distance.
Oh, I'm crying.
I can't breathe. Oh man, it hurts.
It hurts. Oh, this is gonna be a fun episode.
Oh yeah.
So before we move on to the last section, we originally were thinking of doing a number of other things, and one of the things that kind of came up was sort of a miscellaneous, or things that didn't quite make it list. Which I don't know why, but when you said root beer, it reminded me of A&W, because I forgot that was a place that existed. So A&W, a couple other places like Long John Silver's, or
I miss that place so much.
Yeah, Long John Silver's is pretty good. You wouldn't normally think of getting fish at a fast food place, but at least without catching like some kind of horrible illness and dying.
Mm-hmm.
But
the hush puppies are really good.
Yes, they have bomb hush puppies. And then Panda Express, which is one of the only few sort of Chinese fast food places, which I very much enjoy. Every now and then you get kind of a one where the lo mein isn't very great or something, but overall usually it's pretty darn good. But kind of an honorable mentions section there. I don't know if you have any to add to that.
No, I mean you pretty much covered like A&W and Long John Silver's. Like those are the two places that I really enjoy going to. And we have an A&W here, but we don't have a Long John Silver's. It's funny. The only thing closest that we have to a Long John Silver's out here is called Captain D's.
D's nuts? Just kidding.
Right? Like, I'm not making it up. It's like Captain and a capital D with an S at the end. And I was like, wow, okay. Yep. This should be a good time to transition, I feel like, to the final part of this episode where we kind of, I think you might have already talked about it, but so all in one.
Yeah, so the only 4 places I have kind of written down in regards to this, or I guess there's 5 because I mentioned Wendy's earlier, but whatever. Mm-hmm. McDonald's, Carl's Jr., or Hardee's, depending on if you're towards the east. Mm-hmm. Jack in the Box and Sonic.
Those are all kind of staples, I feel like.
Yeah. I would throw Wendy's here too because they're kind of known for Dave's Burgers, but their chicken sandwiches are also really good. Not the best chicken sandwiches, but they're still pretty solid.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, Wendy's is like not that good to me just because like they've done me wrong multiple times. But yeah, so
you have a blacklist of restaurants that you've wronged me.
you're going on the list. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so I definitely agree with those, especially Jack in the Box. Like the first time I had Jack in the Box was here in Colorado, which is conveniently located next to a weed shop, but it has really good food. I really enjoy it. So.
Yeah, I kind of feel a kinship with Jack in the Box in the sense that I'm not terrible at anything, but I'm not amazing at anything. I'm pretty middle of the road with everything.
Yeah, the Jack of all trades.
Yeah, and I feel like Jack in the Box is 100% the Jack of all trades of food. Like,
yep.
It
takes that crown.
Yeah, I think I've only eaten there twice. There's one in Midwest City, and I think like a chicken sandwich once, and I don't remember what I had the second time. I think it was some kind of burger, and they were all right. Obviously, they weren't things that make me want to like go back and get those things again super soon. But I mean, it's definitely one of those places. Like, I don't know, if I was near it and I'm hungry, I might maybe pop by. I know a lot of people are just absolutely on the side of Jack in the Crack is awful.
Yeah,
but maybe it is. I don't know. Like,
I like it. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I can't say I've had enough of their food to just downright say like, oh, they 100% suck. But Sonic, as somebody that is an Oklahoman, and Sonic started here in Oklahoma.
Didn't know that.
There is going to be a controversial statement from me in the fact that I do not like Sonic very much.
Really?
I love the whole drink menu thing and the fact that they can make you almost any kind of drink you can imagine. That's awesome.
Plutonium.
Yeah. Plutonium, and it'll explode into your lap and seep into your asshole.
Yes, exactly.
Like yes. Ew. And I've made use of that before, getting cherry vanilla Coke or, various other flavors of stuff. And it's wonderful. They also have, in my opinion, some really, really good side items. Their mozzarella sticks, their fries are okay. I think they did have, I think it was during like state fair season, they had these like deep fried Oreos. Oh my God, they were worth killing for. I would have just straight up murdered. I would have made somebody else eat plutonium. They were really good.
Oh, that's funny.
I think their burgers are kind of eh. Their chicken sandwiches are not good, in my opinion.
They're trash.
Yeah,
sandwiches.
Yeah, their chicken. Like popcorn chicken, that used to be what I would get from them. That would be popcorn chicken, and like they taste good, but they suffer that so much hard breading that I can't really eat them. Problem.
You're eating rocks.
Yeah, and my jaw would literally hurt after half of the container of chicken was eaten, and I'd be like, "Why am I doing this to myself?" And it was just not that enjoyable of an experience usually for what I was doing. And so normally if I do go to Sonic, I most likely will just get a breakfast item because their breakfast foods are pretty solid. Breakfast burritos are pretty good. The breakfast sandwiches are a little on the light side in terms of what all's in them. They're not very thick. They're very flat, but they taste good. So there's at least that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I really like their soft pretzels. So their pretzel and cheese is really good. So that's kind of my go-to.
Yeah, I think Mandy's had their pretzels and cheese, and I think she really, really likes them. So yeah, I think maybe I've had them before too, and they're pretty good. I can agree with you on that front. But yeah, so I'm not like a huge Sonic fan. I usually avoid Sonic.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah. Gotta eat fast.
All right.
Gotta drink fast.
Oh my God.
But as I mentioned in the chicken section, there's one place that if I'm like, I want to get chicken tenders, the absolute place I will go to. And I figured it was kind of here in the all for one section because they're kind of normally known for their burgers, but, and I've never actually had any of their burgers, so I don't know if they're good or not. But I always get the chicken tenders because their chicken tenders are, in my opinion, the best chicken tenders in the history of fast food chicken tenders. And that is Carl's Jr.
Yep. I remember you took me out to Carl's Jr.'s once. I've actually never been out to one except for the time you brought me there.
Oh, really?
That's the only time I've been there.
Wow. Yeah.
Because there's just not a lot out here, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the nearest one to us is, or the nearest ones, there's one in El Reno, and then there's one up in northeast Oklahoma City, kind of on like the border of Edmond. So sadly, I don't get to have Carl's Jr. as much as I used to. When I worked in Norman, there was one not too far from where I worked, so I was able to just go and grab it for lunch every now and then. But yeah, they're my fast food chicken tender of choice. I think perfect amount of breading, perfect amount of meat, always very juicy, and they're a bit greasy, but still really, really good. They don't suffer the super soggy syndrome that other places do. And then of course, like Carl's Jr.'s fries are pretty good too. So all around, like really solid chicken tender meal. And my favorite chicken tenders of all time, I think, fast food place wise. So yeah. And on sort of my selection of stuff, which I think you kind of agreed was sort of the last one. We're leaving the most common and most basic for last, and that is McDonald's. So
yes.
What is your opinion of McDonald's?
So, as a child, it rocked. As a young adult, it kind of sucked. But now, recently, it's making a comeback.
Yeah.
I feel like that they have really good, like they have a chicken sandwich, not the McChicken, but a different chicken sandwich. Yes. It's actually really good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one a lot. And I've actually gotten like their like burgers and like chicken nuggets and like everything's just been like really good, and the fries have always been fresh for me every single time I've gone recently. So I actually like them a lot. So
yeah, they've always had my favorite French fries, like hands down. McDonald's French fries are in another league.
Their fries actually have dairy in them. Did you know that?
Oh, I did not.
So Michaela having to cut out dairy and all that, their fries actually contain dairy, and where the dairy comes in is that, along with like the salt and everything else a normal fry would do, they have beef flavoring that they add to the fries.
Huh.
And that beef flavoring has some dairy from it. So next time you eat McDonald's French fries, see if you can taste the beef flavor, and then it'll kind of mess with your brain a little bit.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. But the fries, the bomb. I recently, so I kind of mentioned earlier, when I was a kid, I wasn't really a burger fan. Like, I would just get chicken everywhere, which is why I'm kind of like the chicken king. The chick king, if you will. And I'm McChicken McKing. Or chicken, or anyways. And so, I only ever got their chicken nuggets. And then I think when, I don't know, we were probably like 10, 11, 12 or something, that's when they first introduced the chicken selects, or whatever they called them, which were the chicken tenders, which then became my favorite. I loved the chicken tenders there. I prefer them to the chicken nuggets. They then discontinued those, and then they brought them back like a year or two ago, and they've discontinued them again, sadly. Dang. But... And I wouldn't say they're my favorite fast food chicken tenders, but they're pretty good. Like, they're up there, probably in top 5. Their chicken is pretty solid. Their nuggets are good. Their chicken tenders, like I said, were really good. But I hadn't had any of their burgers until recently, and their burger was pretty good. My only complaint with it is that the patty is thinner than shit. They're so thin.
Yeah, super, super thin. And it's not like it's meant to be thin, like Freddy's.
Yeah.
Like, what Freddy... Have you had Freddy's?
Yes.
So, Freddy's, they're meant to be squashed, like flat burger.
Yeah, it's a thinner steak burger compared to, like, a thick, hamburger.
Exactly.
Well, they're still good, I guess. They taste good. But
Mystery meat!
Taco Bell's meat shit. I'm just kidding.
Right.
But yeah, their burgers are pretty good. They're just too thin, which is why I like places like Whataburger and Brahms, where they give you nice, thick, meaty patties.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you said, so that was one of the benefits, I think, of KFC and Popeyes having that sort of chicken sandwich off, was after that occurred, a number of different places, I know Burger King did, McDonald's did, and I think Wendy's may have also, but they actually swapped out what they were using for their previous chicken sandwiches for like a new type of chicken sandwich. And so the old chicken sandwiches were okay. They were basically like a giant nugget, which was kind of like, but yeah, the new chicken sandwich that McDonald's has is really good. And I will typically actually get that over the chicken nuggets nowadays. Which, I mean, the chicken nugget was my go-to for like 25 years. So
Right.
that kind of says a lot, I think, about their chicken sandwich being really good. So, but yeah, I mean, overall, like, I kind of agree. Like, McDonald's was literally the best place to go to eat as a child. I kind of maybe got burnt out on it from just having it so much when I got to be kind of a young adult. And then nowadays, it's pretty good again. Like, not necessarily something I would want to go to all the time. Like, I don't know how I can go and eat at like Whataburger and Brahms as often as I do, but they're good enough to warrant that probably. But maybe McDonald's isn't quite there, but also just the sheer variety makes it easier to go there more often and, you know, get chicken nuggets this time, get a burger this time, get a chicken sandwich this time. It makes it kind of definitely very unique compared to any other, you know, fast food place. Because I mean, the only other place you could maybe get away with doing that is like Wendy's, but you know, like I feel like McDonald's overall does all of that a little bit better than Wendy's.
And for way cheaper too, because like me and the wife, we have gotten this quite frequently now, is their burger bundle, which comes with 2 cheeseburgers, 20-piece chicken nugget, and 2 medium fries for like $12.99. So it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. That's crazy.
Yep. It's like almost unreal.
Yeah. You almost feel like there's something fishy going on if you can get it for that amount of money.
Right. It's not the fish fillet.
Yeah. Oh, interesting fact, actually. I'm going to go ahead and say this because it actually lines up with this particular thing, since you mentioned it. So, obviously, when McDonald's was kind of younger and in its youth, they did not have not a chicken sandwich, a fish sandwich. They didn't have the McFillet, or the fillet of fish. A McFillet. Sounds so stupid. Chick-fil-A or McFillet? Your decision. Anyways.
Or McFlurry. No, that machine's broken. It's been broken.
Always broken. But anyways, so with it being Mardi Gras this week, and for anybody that probably isn't fully aware of, you know, we're kind of like Mardi Gras / Fat Tuesday, what it kind of originates from. In the Catholic sphere, the day following that, right? So obviously Fat Tuesday / Mardi Gras always takes place on a Tuesday, right? And the reason for that is because the day after is known as Ash Wednesday, which is the, you know, specific day that, you know, Catholics will go to mass and they'll get the ashes on their forehead. Not sure if you've necessarily seen anybody, you know, walking around.
A lot of people.
Yeah. And so you'll see that once a year, and, you know, a lot of people maybe will ask, like, oh, you got something on your forehead, idiot. Yeah, the Catholics are aware that they don't find those jokes funny. So, but so what Ash Wednesday is, it is essentially it's the beginning of the season of Lent, 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 not lint like belly button lint. But Lent, which is essentially, it's a liturgical season in the Catholic Church leading up to Easter. So essentially, we spend that time frame, you know, kind of reflecting on the sort of life of Jesus in his like adult ministry, and, you know, kind of taking part in his suffering, you know, before the death and resurrection, right? And so typically during this time frame, Catholics will give up something or a number of things during the season of Lent, as kind of like an offering of, joining with suffering. So the idea with Fat Tuesday or Mardi Gras, it's the day before Ash Wednesday. So have a nice big old feast or party, overindulge in some of those things that you're going to be giving up. Like if you're, giving up, the primary thing is like, it still kind of carries through on Fridays, during Lent is giving up meat, right? Eat all the meat that you want on Fat Tuesday, and then, you give up meat, during Lent or something like that. Then, you got it out of your system, and then, you suffer through Lent up until Easter. Basically, Fridays during Lent, Catholics would not eat meat. So obviously they would not go to a place like McDonald's where the menu was all meat items. I guess it was the CEO, or at least somebody higher up administration-wise at McDonald's, kind of noticed, hey, during this particular season, we're noticing a lot of people, in particular Catholics, that are not coming to McDonald's, and so the sales are dipping. Why is that? Oh, well, that's because usually this time of year is Lent. They're not able to eat meat on Fridays. So we need to figure out a way to be able to bring those people back in. And so the fillet of fish was born. Because of how successful that was and how much, I guess, people like the fillet of fish. I'm not a huge fan of it myself, but, it's a popular menu item. And so it's permanently on their menu now because it all originated from there. So
that's actually a good tie-in to this episode. So
yeah, exactly. So I figured I'd tell that neat little story.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Let's end it with this. So that finished our going through each genre or type of food. I mean, are there any other food items or things that you would like to bring up as like kind of an honorable mentions before we start wrapping it up?
Human flesh. I am kidding. That is going to 100% be misconstrued. To answer your question, no, not really that I can think of. I mean, I don't eat out like a whole lot, but I have eaten at a number of different places throughout my life. So I'm pretty sure we kind of touched on all of them.
Sweet. And I think that kind of wraps it up. So just like and subscribe if you like what you are hearing, and drop in the comments. Like, we really want to know what you guys want to hear. So if there's like a certain topic, drop it in the comments.
Yeah, and if you like what you see, you want to get more sexy visuals of Matthew and I talking about.
Where is this going?
Of us being shirtless, dripping like dark soft drinks all over ourselves from exploding cups.
Yes.
If we reach 1,000 likes on this episode, we'll release a soda explosion calendar with tastefully sexy pictures for each month.
Oh god.
I just roped us into something that's never gonna happen, thankfully, and nobody would ever want, probably.
Unless we magically get 1,000 likes and all that from all this, we go viral.
No, you know what's gonna happen? Our wives are gonna make 1,000 different accounts between the two of them.
Oh god. Oh.
But with that, make sure to follow, to like, to subscribe, to do whatever, any of those little buttons on whatever app you're using to keep up with the podcast.
Yeah.
And I forgot how the outro went, so
and then
you always do it, so it kind of throws me off, I think, having to do it. So with that, stay tired, friends.
Stay tired.